everybody. Welcome back to another podcast.
Was
Who says that?
Well, it's in How I Met Your Mother, but
Oh,
they say that in reference to that was a thing back then in the 2000s.
yeah, I feel like I remember
I don't
that
know
being
what
in the.
I forget what the original reference is, but that was like a thing. Was
I feel like it was some cartoon or something.
maybe.
Anyways, hello,
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Oh, thank God! I knew I married you for a good reason. That was it.
That was the reason.
The reason. Yep. I think we're good.
What now?
I don't know. That's kind of all I was aiming for. So, move along. I'm just kidding.
Any
I'm
whoosies.
glad you got it though. Oh, it's been
That was
how
honestly.
long?
It was
God.
like when I was coming to sit down and like getting ready to record. That was all in my brain because I just knew you were gonna say it. So
I was trying to decide if I was gonna like bluff you or double bluff or like triple bluff because I don't do it every time. But I knew that
you
it was
do
on your
do it
mind.
every time.
I don't though.
I feel like you do.
No, I don't do it every time. There's been some weeks where I genuinely don't remember to say it. There's been other weeks where I just don't say it on purpose so that it's not overplayed. And then there's other weeks where I'm like, we just kind of went over it. I'm gonna see if we can go like maybe a week or two without doing it, see if she remembers. But this time I was fact checking because we just did this last week. So I just want to make sure you're still retaining information. But from now on, I'm gonna catch you off guard. Best believe that. It could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 months.
I'm definitely gonna forget it next time.
A waste.
I'll try.
A waste.
Sky, go to sleep, please.
Yeah, he's all right.
Man, you caught me off guard. Anyways, we're back. We're here for another episode this week.
What up? What up? What up?
We did not upload a vlog.
No, we didn't.
This past Thursday.
Nope, not at all. For good reason. All right, you guys saw the vlog on Tuesday. Yeah, wasn't a good ending to the night.
To be fair, I left out.
Yeah, there was a good.
I left out everything basically from what happened.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it if I'm being completely honest. I watched maybe like 5 seconds of one video of something that we had recorded that night, and I couldn't watch the rest because it was bad.
Yep.
And I couldn't put that out there. So yeah, we did not record a video. We kind of just took some time to relax. We took the weekend to recover.
Yeah.
That video was filmed on Friday night.
Yeah. Saturday,
Tuesday.
We were both dying, especially me. I was just so hungover the whole day. And towards the night, I started getting really, really nauseous, but it wasn't coming up. Like, I kept trying to vomit. I even tried pulling the trigger, putting your fingers down your throat. It wasn't not coming. I just kept retching. Never came. So, yeah, I gave up, and I just suffered through my nausea while watching the gold medal men's basketball Olympics game, which, by the way, we won. Congrats to LeBron Ramon James. Love that guy. And the rest of the team. Oh my God, Steph Curry. I've mentioned this not a lot in our videos, I don't think. But if you don't know now, you know. I've never been a Steph Curry Golden State Warriors fan at all. Mostly because they've stood in the way of LeBron and his championship runs. Good rivalry. Fun. But it caused me a lot of PTSD as a LeBron James fan. But I've evolved, guys. I've grown in my NBA relationship and my Steph Curry relationship. I respect him. And now I know what it feels like. I know why Warrior fans have been so crazy for the past, 10 years now? Holy shit. Wow, it's been a long time.
Jeez, just after I finally trained my brain to know that Steph Curry just was somebody you weren't a fan of.
No. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a fan of him. I'm just saying momentarily on the France game and the Serbia game,
Yeah.
momentarily
You
I was
pulled
close to
through.
proposing. Dude, I was in love. I've never, like, again, I've never rooted for him. I've always been on the opposite side of him. So I've just been a hater for these past 10 years. But after those last two Olympic games, I understand. I understand Warrior fans and I respect him. So good on you, Steph Curry. You finally won me over. When you retire, I will be there. Yeah. Good shit. But yeah, where was I going with that?
We were talking about the weekend.
Oh, yeah. I was super hungover. I suffered through my nausea. She was also not doing too hot. And then Sunday, you guys know, we make vlogs about Sundays all the time, literally just getting ready for the week. And even then, Sundays, or that Sunday, I
We
was
were
still kind of
still
feeling it.
dragging. Yeah.
Yeah, my head was still pounding. Yeah, that's how bad the hangover was. It was not good, guys. Not at all. No, Sirski.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not a great time. Um, we probably had about like in total maybe like 30 minutes of footage extra that I could have added to the video. Because I found about like maybe 10 videos on my phone of at least like 3 to 5 minutes each. And I honestly didn't even watch them. Because after I watched one video that he had, I decided to delete all the videos that I had and I didn't even bother looking at them.
Crazy.
Because after seeing the one video, I couldn't bring myself to watch the rest.
I still have the videos on my phone. I never watched them because I'm just like, what a waste. But they are still in my recently deleted. I kind of want to go back and watch because I don't know what's in these videos. Honestly,
I
I
mean,
don't know what I captured.
not good stuff, that's for sure. At least just from the one video that I watched was not okay. Um, and even in the videos that we did record, it would be more like entertaining for you guys because I just look stupid. We didn't even record the like major shit that actually went down for like obvious reasons. So that wasn't even like anything that we do have recorded wouldn't even have shown what actually happened and how things actually went really bad that night.
Yep.
The footage that we do have would have just been entertainment for you guys, but
Sky,
like I
lay
said,
down.
this boy won't stop moving around. Yeah, like I said, I watched one video and I honestly just couldn't get myself to look at the rest because it was just traumatizing. That night
Good stuff.
was not good. And yeah, that's that. So, no vlog for this past Thursday
Yep.
because we were just recuperating and taking a few days, I guess.
Yeah, recuperating, and honestly, we could have, we've done it a few times now that like we record on a Monday or Tuesday or even a Wednesday to get ready for Thursday's video. But I can't be bothered because this week I've been really, really busy, actually trying in life. I'm like
Yeah.
fully throwing myself into the bit of like I want to promote next year. So I've just been so busy at work, taking on a lot of responsibility and just trying to make things my own because now that I'm going to be in like a primary position around the shop, I'm trying to set myself up for success, try to set myself up potentially for awards and stuff like that to beef up my uh resume for this coming promotion year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've just been super busy, and when I get home, I don't feel like it. I just want to lay down and watch How I Met Your Mother. And I mean, you guys see that most of our days kind of look the same. Although yesterday, you know, you
Yesterday was a productive day. We
yeah
definitely could have vlogged, but yeah, we took the time to ourselves and enjoyed each other's company with Sky and everything.
yeah just chilling, just chilling. Yeah, that's about past week. I've
Yep.
just been super busy. Yesterday, I don't see. Yesterday, I was talking with my shop chief, right? He gets on the phone throughout the conversation. He starts looking at me crazy, and I'm sitting there like, "Oh my god, what did I do?" And then he gets off the phone, and I'm like, "Why do you keep looking at me? Like, what was that?" He was like, "Don't worry about it. Somebody's gonna send you some information, and you just got to fill it out as soon as possible. Good things are coming your way. I'm like, what? What does that mean? Like, what? Can you tell me? He's like, no, I can't tell you anything. I'm like, what's like, seriously? You can't tell me anything. You say good things are coming my way, and then you leave it at that. What kind of game is that? Instantly, I was like excited, question mark, but also kind of mad because like I kind of wish he didn't tell me that something good was coming my way, and then not tell me more details. It's frustrating. Um, yeah, it seems like a good opportunity is being uh, placed on my lap. Uh,
Hopefully.
Somebody really important in my squadron, and by somebody I mean the actual squadron commander, has appointed me for something that I'll find out about in the coming months. Told me three separate people: my shop chief, my security manager, and the person who sent me the email of all the different templates I had to fill out. I kept asking, I'm like, oh, can you please tell me like what's going on? And they were like, no, you'll find out. Just don't worry about it. Do what you gotta do. Do what you're told. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. So we'll see. We'll see what the Lord's blessing me with this time. But it seems like what I'm asking for, to be able to promote this next year, might just happen because I got so many things happening. I'm being blessed left and right. So it's looking good, guys. It's looking good. But yeah, uh, other than your fun day yesterday, today's Thursday. Yeah, you're fun. How's your life? Yep. English, my brain just crashed.
I'm sick. If you guys can't hear it, so I'm sorry if I look like shit to the viewers that are watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
And if you can hear it for the audio listeners, I apologize. My throat has been hurting for like 2 to 3 weeks, and then I guess this past weekend just kind of did it, and now I just have everything.
Yeah.
And
Oh, there's a new thing going around. The monkeypox. I don't know if you've heard, but they might shut down the world again. We
I've
might have monkeypox.
I've also seen like 2 other cases that people say is the world's gonna shut down, so I think we're fine.
Yeah, I'm just trying to cause drama.
Yeah, I mean we were at a club,
Ooh.
so obviously it was bound to catch something when my immune system was already
Yeah,
weakening.
your immune system's shit. It's
Yeah.
just shit in
To be
general.
fair, I've gone a pretty long time without getting sick. I don't think I've been sick since we've been here, and that's a new record because when we were back in Alaska,
Probably is a new record.
I was getting sick like no joke every month.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why.
Especially Thanksgiving.
The there's something about November, guys. Every single year since I was like 12, every single year in November, and specifically Thanksgiving Day or week, there's just I get something. There's just always something wrong with me, and I don't know what it is, but yeah, something comes around Thanksgiving time, and I get it. But yeah, I think I've this is the longest that I've gone without getting sick. So this is actually some progress.
Round of applause, pat on the back. Look at you, you
Ooh.
did it. That's what
Yeah.
it feels like to have a good immune system. Like me.
Mhm.
You guys don't know struggle.
I'm taking care of my body, guys. I'm taking vitamins for my poop. I'm not
Yes.
even taking
We had
health
to go buy her
vitamins.
some magnesium citrate to be able to just flush out her butt.
I think it's working. I don't know. We bought two different things. We bought a liquid magnesium, which I haven't taken yet because I've been taking the pills at night, and I think it's kind of working. I don't feel bloated as much, so I haven't resorted to the liquid until I feel like I'm about to burst out my pants, because the whole reason why we went and actually finally bought the stuff was because I was like, I looked
Super
pregnant. I was
constipated.
so bloated, and my
Constipated.
stomach was just like rock solid. So we were like, yeah, no, we finally need to go buy something after the amount of times we said we would go buy something. So got some pills, been taking them at night. You know, I think it helps.
Her
So,
her feces is on the move
oh my
now.
goodness. Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yep. Yep, 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 yep.
Yep. So
Good
things are
stuff.
flowing. Things are going great. But yeah, other than that, I've just been sick. I'm still doing my stuff though. I still manage to go to the gym as much as I wake up every single morning and I'm like, I nope, I'm canceling today. I can't. I don't want to. I still go. And I still die more than I usually do during class because I cannot breathe. And then there's just boogers everywhere.
Yuck.
And yeah, it's not a fun time. But hey, I'm committed. I've
Yep.
I'm still going. So
Yep. She's doing good with that. My fitness is also going well. You know, my tummy's going down. I started noticing, what was it, yesterday and the day before, that like uh yeah, my tummy and like, you know, them love handles. Everybody struggles with those, but that's also starting to straighten out for me. So I think I'm on a good track. I didn't, admittedly, we did not go to the gym yesterday, although we took Sky around the track.
I went to the gym.
Yeah, she went to the gym. Later, I didn't want to because it was just such a busy day. I didn't feel like it. Um,
We went for a walk.
yeah, so we got Sky. We went back on base, walked around the track for 30 minutes. So I at least did that. Now, tomorrow, or I guess today, technically, when you guys watch this, I have taken a PT test.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not trying to go to the gym tonight and then be sore when I wake up tomorrow because I'm taking this PT test is first thing in the morning, 7 o'clock. So I'm not trying to wake up and be tired, body sore, or whatever. So we're putting a little pause on that. But obviously Monday we're back to it.
Yep. So we've been doing good.
Yep, yep, yep.
We're on a good track.
Hell yeah, brother.
And I'm still counting away my calories.
Yes, she's doing that.
Progress.
Yep.
Any whoosies,
Let's
we
get to the
are
shit.
getting down to the juicy stuff. Our podcast is called Too Close for Comfort. Yet we never truly talk about like the topics that we intended to bring to this podcast. And even then, today's stuff isn't really anything crazy. Just feel like it's a good, not therapy, but like I don't know. I think it's some good
Therapy?
stuff that people can
Therapy for
listen
who?
to. Well, that's why I said I don't want to say therapy, but like it's definitely some words of wisdom. I think to some,
Sure. I think, yeah,
as we shed
we
some
might be
light
able to
on some
offer
topic.
something. Yeah, so first thing we got here is the importance of intimacy. Um,
Which is essentially what today's topic is about throughout this whole podcast.
yeah, pretty much.
Just
I'll
talking
let
about
you
love.
I'll let you go first on the importance of intimacy.
The love doctor. That's what Alvin says.
Yes, Alvin mentioned this.
um, I feel like it's definitely a huge factor in a relationship. I mean, there's obviously levels to what people prefer. It's preference, really. But I feel like there definitely has to be something there to keep that spark, to keep things fun, just to kind of like,
Well,
how do I explain that?
what are we defining as intimacy? Like sex, or
Yeah.
just general romance, like kissing and just like general
Well,
affection, like
if
physical affection.
you can talk about both. General affection, I feel like always has to be there. We've mentioned this in previous podcasts before that like you want to keep dating your partner, you want to keep doing those cutesy little things and keep that romance going. Otherwise, I
Yeesh.
feel like you kind of things just kind of start going downhill and things get boring,
Yeah,
and
but I
that's where
mean,
the relationship falls.
so is just people that don't like PDA. I mean, we personally don't care,
Well,
but that's,
that's a
again,
that's a different
that's
thing.
just preference. Well, no, that's not. That's still intimacy. That's just how and where you show it.
No, I know, but like PDA is more like if you don't got it. It doesn't matter what you do behind closed doors or not. However you want to do it, it's just important to do whatever you think is okay. But like
Yes.
still keeping that alive. Keep on dating your partner. Keep things fresh. It's not just because you married your person that we need to stop going on dates. I'm gonna stop buying her flowers. Like no, you gotta keep doing that stuff.
Yes.
Kind of keep it fun. But when it comes to the sex part, I think that is also important. But again, like I said, I think that's also just preference on what your relationship is like and how each person is with that kind of stuff. Because
Yeah.
there's obviously, very sexual people, and there's some that don't really care for it, but like, you do it because you do it.
Do it because you do it.
Yeah.
Solid line.
Mhm. No, yeah, I
Not
think
because
it's
you want
important.
to,
No,
not
you
because
know
it's
what I
good. You just
mean.
do it because you do
No, that's not what I
it.
meant. I just meant for the people who aren't so sexual. Like,
Yes.
it happens when it
High
happens.
versus low sex drives.
Mhm.
That is a thing. Where do you say it ranks for you personally? Like the intimacy part of a relationship,
On like a scale of 1 to 10.
as opposed to other things like, there's other parts to the relationship, the communication, the that stuff.
Mm. Well, what else would come after communication?
You got your communication, you got your intimacy, the levels of that, um, values, um, eventually most of us are going to get there with the parenting styles, the way you live.
I feel like, mm, I don't know. I feel like intimacy falls pretty high. It's like I feel like it's either before or after values. I feel like it's communication and just like how you interact with each other, and then either values or intimacy or flip flopped. I don't know. I feel like that's pretty high up there because obviously you need a in the beginning before you start your family or whatever your priority is you two. Like you're focusing on yourself. You're building your foundation of your relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a big part of that. And
I would,
just discovering how you are together.
yeah. Well, then I feel like in that sense, intimacy would kind of fall last as far as laying a foundation. Because if you're laying a foundation for the rest of your lives, you would want communication number one. You'd want your values to align, because then that goes hand in hand with how you're going to end up uh, spreading values to your kiddos. And then the way you live, the what was it? Cohabiting or just living in a house together, like that shit.
Oh, well, that's what I had combined communicating with. That's why I said like communicating and how you interact with each other.
Yeah, yeah. No, I if we're talking about laying foundation, I think intimacy probably falls last because all those other things really matter to be able to set up the future and intimacy. Because if those things don't align, I think intimacy kind of falls out of the question at some point. And it's
Well,
not.
that's why I said because you're saying things that I just kind of combine all together. I think communicating would be first, and then there's values, but there's a lot of things that just fall into values, and then intimacy.
Yeah. Well, either way, I
If we're, I
put this
mean,
down there.
you can say intimacy falls pretty far if you're like literally nitpicking what each thing is, but essentially everything that you're saying falls into values and falls into communicating, which is just two more things before.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, because I don't know. You and I have always been kind of not on opposite sides of the fence, but we've definitely prioritized intimacy differently. Because I remember at the very beginning, you always talked about like, oh, intimacy is like up here for me.
I think no, I think I was talking about more like looks wise. Because we
No,
always had the
definitely intimacy.
conversation about like, oh, well, how important is looks based off of, or like what's more
Yeah, but then
important,
for
looks or
you,
the
that those
person.
looks fall into the intimacy. Because you always talk about if you don't look good, I'm not going to want to do X, Y, and Z with you. And if I don't want to do X, Y, and Z with you, nothing really happens
Yes.
after that. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying. Towards the beginning of our relationship, you really made that clear. Like that stuff is really up here for you. Then I was kind of like in the middle or like towards the bottom with that kind of stuff because I would much rather have like an average to pretty good looking girl that has stuff to offer that I can see a life with rather than go for a 10 out of 10 that has a fucking rock for brains.
Well, I still believe all that's true on what I said, but it's clearly possible to have somebody who fits what I'm looking for in terms of that, but then also have
Yeah.
the other stuff. So it's not like there's only people in the world where it's either you have this or you have that. It's nowhere in between. I'm lucky that I have, best of both worlds.
Yeah, I
So
wouldn't say
that's
best of
why,
both worlds.
yeah. That's why I said that's so important to me because, I mean, at the end of the day, you can find somebody who does have all things when it
You
comes
can.
to looks and
These days it's
that
hard though.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy to find somebody who has true values and, I don't know, knows how to be a person. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm,
decent
I'm
human being.
so glad I'm not in the dating world.
Yep. Me neither. Or me too. Um, but yeah, so you say what communication values and then or would you put intimacy over values?
Mm, that's what I was saying. I was like flip floppy on it.
Hmm. On a good day, what would you say?
um, gosh. I guess intimacy would come below values. Because,
Yeah,
I
I'd
mean,
probably
if you're
say the
putting
same thing.
communication first, anyways, it's not like we're going based off of a situation where it's like, okay, this is a first look at a person
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah. I'd be pretty much the same thing. Intimacy has never been like super important for me. Like, yeah, obviously, I'm a human being. I enjoy, affection. I enjoy sex. But like, I have never been the type to want to be like, oh, sex needs to be out of this world for me to even want to be in a relationship with. No, no, no. Like I just expressed, I would much rather go for the moderate person that has something to offer rather than, you know, some Instagram model that is literally a demon inside. That's to me like I don't. That's one of the biggest irks that I have with people nowadays is this social media bullshit and all that stuff really makes us focus on the outside. And I would say more often than not, probably 8 to 9 out of 10 times, those girls that you see on Instagram are just the absolute scum of the earth. And it's sad. It's really sad. But, that's the reality we live. So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've never really prioritized that kind of stuff. I care about how are we going to handle the rough situations. I care about more about, you know, how are we going to raise the kids. I care about what our relationship is looking like. Are we having a good time? Like, do we have like a good best friend type relationship, or are we just in this for lust? Or like, I care about the real shit.
Yeah. But I
Um,
will I will say in the beginning, when you're looking for somebody, looks is something that I kind of
yes,
look at first
yeah. Well,
and
no, that
care about.
that was kind of yeah, that was the conversation that you referenced. That you always talk about looks first, but I've never been the looks first guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. If I see you and we can engage in conversation, and I'm like, oh, this girl's interesting, or we have good stuff to talk about, or this is like solid. I hate small talk, and if we can make small talk happen, I think we're in a good place. Um, you know, yeah, looks play a role, but to me, it's not that big of a deal to me. We're having a good time. I'm happy.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense.
Um. Hmm. This is kind of where it goes. Woo! Now, obviously, in the world that we live in, um, I would describe it as, ooh, I wouldn't say the general world we live in. I would say in the America we live in. But, the rest of the world does does play its role. I think America is just we're a dying country. Anyways, I would describe the nature of our people as extremely godless. Um, and with that, I mean cheating. Uh, the next thing she had written down here is why do men cheat? But I want to pose the question more is why do people cheat? Because this isn't a men
Well,
issue. This
the
isn't
way
a
that
man
I was
issue. Oh
proposing
God,
it,
my toe is stuck on the thing.
well, why are you playing with the cord?
The cord seemed fun.
The way that I was proposing the question wasn't necessarily in a way that I'm questioning why do people cheat. It's in a way that it's more common than not that men, because there's a freaking bug that won't get out of my face. Um, because like I said, the topic of today's podcast is more of the whole intimacy side of a relationship. So it's more common than not that men cheat because they're not getting what they want in their relationship. So they resort to somebody else.
I would say the exact same for women.
I mean, maybe, but I'm pretty positive statistically it's men compared to women because I don't know, I feel like that's just how it is. That's just how it always ends up. Is that because I feel like men see, I don't know, men care about sex more than women do. If you're not getting it enough, you automatically go and resort to something else. And that's why men cheat. So that was my question. Like why is that what men
Okay, so
resort to right away rather than just like sitting down and talking with your partner and being like, "Hey, this is what I need in a relationship. We need to work on something." Rather than let me just go cheat because I'm
so
not getting what I want in my relationship.
you're phrasing it as why do men cheat, not why do men cheat.
What?
You're emphasizing the cheat of it, not specifically why men do it.
Yes, and I had said that before we started recording. That's
Yes,
how.
but I still wanted to dispel it before we asked the question. Just
Okay.
because if I go out there and say, "Why do men cheat?" Well, babe, I like,
No, well, like I said, I'm
yeah,
proposing it in a way that that specific situation is very common because nobody knows how to just sit down and let's just talk and figure out what the other person needs in a relationship and like
yeah.
how important that is. That's why the whole question of how important is intimacy in a relationship comes up because some people do need more things than others. And that's why men do go out and do things that they shouldn't in a relationship. And my question is why? Like, why is it so hard to just sit down and
Honestly,
talk? And also, why is sex such, like, why? I don't know.
honestly, I'm the complete wrong person to ask this, but I will try. I am the complete wrong person to ask this kind of question, but I will try. Um, I would say nowadays, because actually we did talk about this kind of on a other podcast where you know a lot of guys will use the excuse, well, it's a men's natural intention to want to spread
Yeah,
their seed.
and that's what's annoying.
Well, I feel like I debunked that. That is fucking uh degenerate
Yeah,
is
well,
the
we
word.
we also did just come to the conclusion that that's also just you, and it doesn't exactly
Well,
explain
it's not
why
just me. There's a lot
majority
of
of the
guys
world
like me.
does what they do.
There's a lot of guys like me. It's just that more often than not, the bad is going to be talked about more than the good. Because what's so newsworthy about the good guy, right? Oh, well, he's just a good guy. There's no drama there. There's nothing to talk about. He's a good guy. That's it. Obviously, we're all going to focus on the negative more. Oh my God, so and so did this. We just discount whatever happens with the good guy. But um, I don't know. I still feel like this is a both gendered question because generally what people say, right? Men will go cheat because, or a guy's excuse will be like, uh, at a party, you get drunk, you fuck some girl. Oh my God, your girlfriend finds out the next day. They'll be like, oh, well, I don't know, shit just happened. Like I was just fucking. Like they were just there to fuck. It wasn't anything emotional. Wasn't anything like that.
Yeah, but
A lot of times, the
that's the
general
thing.
consensus with women is this was an emotionally involved thing.
Yeah, but my question is, why do men even do that? Like,
I don't
why
know.
is that so easy to do? Because when women do it, it's because we're already checked out. We're out of the relationship because shit's been happening and we're over it. So now we're just
Well,
checked
not
out
necessarily.
for the most
I
part,
might,
yes.
yeah, for the most part, sure, but I would advocate for women in the fact that maybe shit's been not happening. Maybe you're good, but it's just not it. I don't know. You found something better, but whatever. That's besides the point.
Yeah, but that's what I
Um,
was saying. When we do it because
I
it's
don't know.
emotion,
I don't know. I genuinely don't know how to answer that because like I don't understand why I would go out to a party tonight and do X, Y, and Z with whoever. That doesn't compute in my brain. It literally, like, I don't understand. I don't care how fucked up I am. I love my wife. I don't know. I don't understand why guys do that either. I think it's just godless behavior. You are literally just you're a fool. You are a fool. That's the best way I can describe it. You are a fool. You have no no real strength behind you as a man to the person you're committed to. Maybe yes. Maybe the girl you're with currently, falls short of some expectations or some wants or needs that you have. But I mean, logic says I am missing something. What can I do to fix this? Well, I'm with a person. I'm with a girl. Let me communicate what I'm missing. See if we can work something out.
well, that's what
I don't
probably 90% of the people don't do.
I don't know. I honestly don't know, babe. That to me is a question I'll probably never be able to answer. All I can describe it as you are a fool. You are a fool. I shit on those guys as much as you will. In this kind of question, I'll be one of the girls. Fuck men. Men ain't shit. What else do you guys say? Uh Men ain't shit.
Yeah.
Like, come on, I'll be one of the girls on this one because I don't understand it either. But I'll also be on the side of the guys and be like, girls ain't shit. Fuck you guys, because you guys do the same thing. And honestly, I would say it might be worse for girls because you're emotionally involved when it comes to cheating. No matter how bad your current relationship is, no matter maybe even how good, the fact is you cheated. Oh, this is what I was thinking about earlier when I was reading the notes that kind of like how in the earlier episodes just now of How I Met Your Mother, when Lily got stabbed by the sword, and Marshall was like, "Oh, well, the sword didn't go all the way through," and she was like, "Are you serious? Are we debating to the degree of which I was stabbed?" That's kind of how I feel about this. We can argue all day back and forth about whose version of cheating is worth or is worse. I step back and I look at are we really discussing the degree to which we cheated, men or women? Like cheating is cheating, period. You're both wrong. You're both idiots.
No,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
but I
so
think it's
quick.
more about the fact that guys use the excuse that, oh, well, it's nature, so I'm just gonna go do this real quick and then I'm gonna be okay and then I can get back to it. We do it because, yeah, we're checked out and we do it in a more emotional way, but not because it's like, oh, well, this is just how I am, so I'm just gonna go do it real quick and that's okay. No, we know we're wrong. We know we shouldn't be doing it.
That makes it all the worse.
No, but we're not blaming it because we're men or we're women. We're not saying, well, I'm a woman, so I get to go cheat because this is just in my nature. That's what men
I
do.
don't on again when we talked about this on the other podcast. There's no sure maybe for the larger part of world history, men in power positions just feel like they can do whatever they want because they're like, I'm him. I have a lot
That
of
just
power.
that just goes into the whole thing too of like, well, men can sleep with however many people that they want, and they're seen as
Yes,
some
it
great guy.
also
But
goes into
then,
that.
we do it, and
It's like
we're
Barney Stinson
sluts.
versus some porn star.
Yeah,
That's, I mean,
that's
I'm
the only
pretty sure
thing that
that's
I'm
the
saying
exact
is
example I gave last time too. Is like, it's one is highly respected, one is very, very devalued. But in my eyes, you are both devaluing yourselves to a great extent. You're both whores. You're both idiots. I don't know. I wish I had a better perspective. I don't know. Maybe I wish I was in one of these scenarios. Do you want to go, cheat one day and then I can try to work this out in my brain? Or maybe me, like, can we get a hall pass so we can figure this out? So I can figure this out because it doesn't compute.
I'm gonna slap you.
I'm kidding, obviously, but like I'm so serious when I say that it does not compute in my brain. It literally does not. I don't understand it. It's horrible to me. And because I'll even try to play devil's advocate and be like, oh, well, women's cheating is worse. Or like when a guy does it, he's just like, I will try to play both sides of the fence, but because there will be boys and girls that do that. Like you can be at a party and you'll get out in a heated debate, or you're hanging out with, your friend group, and then something turns into a heated debate, like, or even friend to friend. Like these conversations do happen. Like, oh, well, what's worse? Honestly, none, because they're both wrong. Like there's no degree to which you cheat. What's worse? Pain is pain. You're feeling pain regardless. I don't know. I just I think it's a horrible thing. I may love the person. Like if you cheated on me, that doesn't stop me from loving you. But I mean, you know, I'll definitely lose all and every ounce of respect that I have for you. And also goodbye. Like I love you and I forgive you, but bye. Sorry you made a mistake. Your loss. I don't know. I'm very quick about that shit because it doesn't compute. No
Yeah.
amount of, because you could cheat tonight and then tomorrow try to explain yourself. I'm sorry, but you're talking to a brick wall. There, because you see videos on like TikTok and shit, like social media, where girls and guys, both people, will try to justify themselves. Oh well, you didn't do this, and I've just felt so lonely and blah, blah. Bro or girl, like talk about it. You feel shorted on something, talk about it.
I will say, I mean, this is. Mm, it's gonna sound bad, but at the same time, it's a good thing in a sense. Yes, cheating is bad, but if one person cheated, or whoever cheated, then it was clear that I mean, it's obvious that the relationship wasn't meant to happen. But it's like for the people who stay with cheaters or or cheat and then you don't admit it and get away with it, but still continue to be in that relationship. I feel like
Scum of the earth.
it's I don't know. I feel like if you're thinking or you do cheat or the other person cheats, then it's clear that the relationship just wasn't meant to happen and you shouldn't keep trying to push the relationship because if you watched our um our true of how we got together,
Yeah, the true
the
story, all the
true story
details.
with all the details and everything, I admitted that I had cheated on my ex with him.
Yep.
And yeah, that happened.
Not
But
proud of it.
no, of course not. But I say what I just said right now because clearly him and I weren't meant to be together. And I was already so out of it, which is why in my brain it was okay to go and do what I did.
No. I
Because
I hated myself the entire time.
well yeah, but let me speak. Be quiet. Let me be curious. Um that's why I'm trying to I don't know if I'm wording it correctly, but that's what I'm trying to say, like if it's even in your brain to want to do that or even thinking about it, then get out of your relationship. Don't even try
Yes.
to push it because me being with Felipe is it's cheating isn't even a question. It's not even in my brain. It's not there. And I'm somebody who has a past with that kind of stuff. and I've done it. I've done it multiple times with multiple people, and I'm not proud to say that, but like that's who I was. But with him, it's not even there. It's like I don't even care to do it. And before I would have fun doing it. As and I know that sounds so bad, but like that just kind of shows that like I don't know, it just kind of shows you like whether you need to be in that relationship or not. Like that just I don't know. I don't really know how to word it.
I get where you're trying to. Essentially, it's that little bit that you said maybe like a minute ago.
Cuz
If
like
you're
it's
feeling that way, don't. I mean, it plays into what I was saying. If you're feeling this kind of way, where you're like, oh, I'm checking out of this relationship, or uh, this doesn't feel right, or oh, they did something wrong to me, like, if you're feeling these things that you want to not partake in this relationship, communicate that first. Don't go and cheat because
I think that's the thing though. I think people don't even think. They just let's
they
just
just
go.
do.
They just do it.
They
Like
just do each
they
other.
don't think about anything, and it'll just be a situation where somebody's friend will be like, "Hey, let's go out tonight." You start drinking, and then you're like, "You know what? Fuck it. Let me just go do it." Nobody's even thinking or taking that like few minutes to just be like, "Is this really what I should be doing?" Even if you are taking those few minutes to even think that, then you got to take it to your relationship and start figuring shit out there because clearly
Yeah,
there's
no.
already something missing, and that's even a thought that's coming into your head.
Yep. Taking that extra minute before you are about to go cheat, or taking that extra minute when you're in that realm of thought, it will save you a lot of trouble. Because if you go out, if you just bypass that minute to think and you just fucking, you're drunk, you go for it. Or, maybe they hurt you and you're just like, oh, fuck this person, you go for it. That is causing you a world more of trouble than it would have if you would have just communicated yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean,
Cause
not,
like I get it, cause like I did it and I had fun doing it. But it's like I said, when you're with the right person and the person that you should be with, none of that should even be like in your brain at all.
I don't know. It causes you a world more of trouble because now you have to explain yourself. You have to try to justify yourself. And by the way, there's no justification. You just look like a fool trying to justify yourself. You're an idiot if you try to justify yourself. There's no excuse. I don't care how bad the relationship was. No excuse. I don't care what they did to you. No excuse. If you don't want to be in this relationship, tell me and get out. That's as easy as it is. Because now you're going to have me thinking, oh, well, what's been going on? Why didn't you tell me? Oh, also, fuck you. Like, there's so much world of hurt that goes on. You taint your own image. You taint, you ruin yourself. You ruin the person you cheated on. And then, God forbid, this is a relationship that we're talking about where you have kids. Are you serious? Now you're setting a bad example for your kids, your kid or kids. You're a bad example. They should not want to look up to you. You are done. And now they're probably going to have to go into a situation where at some point you may not be the only mother or father figure in their life. Like, you're not just ruining your own life, you're ruining your partner's life. And then with kids, ruining their life.
Yeah, and it
Just communicate.
screws everybody.
Just communicate it. If you don't feel happy, communicate it.
Go to therapy.
Or that.
I mean,
If
I
you feel like you
know,
need personal or couples therapy, yeah.
yeah, because some people can't communicate between themselves, and they need that mediator
Yeah.
just to bring some
Do
things forward, or just to have somebody else pull it out of you.
yeah. If do go to every measure and extent that you need to be able to get this message across, the way that you're feeling, get it across. That'll save you a world of trouble. And save you as a person.
But then see, that's all valid. But then that also goes with, well, it's like, would you even still want to be with the person if they were having thoughts of cheating or wanting or just thinking about it? Because, like, yes, talk to your person if you start feeling like certain kinds of way, discuss things because obviously you don't want to act before you take a second to think about it. But, like, if you're in that situation, would you even still want to be with that person if they are questioning those kinds of things? Like, you still want to work through that?
Absolutely, because you haven't done it.
But if they're thinking about it.
Okay, I can also think about killing you right now. If I
Oh,
tell you,
that's a
babe, I'm
different
thinking about
situation.
killing you,
Well, I don't care about that. It's
you don't care
more
about that?
care
What
about
is
if you're
wrong with
thinking
you?
about cheating on me.
So you don't care if you care more if I'm thinking about cheating on you as opposed to if I'm thinking about killing you. One of those
Yeah.
really ends everything for you.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, well, I think we need to talk about that at a counseling session. Um, but no, I
No,
think
because
that's totally
I
repairable. Because if you come to me tomorrow, babe, I've been having these thoughts. I'm not particularly happy in our relationship, and I've been thinking about X, Y, and Z. Well, I'll be like, first of all, babe, thanks for not doing it yet.
but like that wouldn't make you think something it's one thing to come to the person and be like, "Hey, I'm not happy in our relationship. There's something just doesn't seem right. I'm not feeling happy in certain places or whatever." And then I feel like it's another thing to be like, "Hey, I've been thinking about wanting to go out and cheat on you." Or like, "I've been
Okay,
having
but
thoughts for somebody else."
yeah, but
You still
thoughts
want to be with that person?
those thoughts stem from an unhappiness in this relationship. So I'm first going to dig. I'm going to thank you for not cheating, first of all, because if you had cheated, obviously there's no conversation. You're done. Get out. But if we can talk about this before you make this choice, and I can figure out what I'm doing wrong to not to make you feel not satisfied. If I can figure out what I can do to satisfy you, and it's all we can work it out. We can work it out. Because end of the day, you've only thought it. Again, you can tell me
Yeah,
that
but
you're thinking about
that
killing me.
doesn't put something in your mind.
No. Honestly, no. I mean, yes, naturally I'm going to have some thoughts like, oh my God, what the fuck? But
Yeah, because then after the point, then like, are you not thinking, well, how do I know she's not going to? Because now it's in her head. How do I know she's not just telling me this and then
well,
isn't going
because
to go and do it later?
the fact that you had the strength to tell me before anything ever happened says a lot about your character and your commitment to me. Because if you just bypass the conversation, that means there is no commitment to this relationship and you just said fuck it, I'm out. If you give me the time of day, that says a lot about our relationship. That says we are definitely in a good place. We have a really strong connection. That says we can work this out. And if we can have a lengthy conversation, figure out the ins and outs of what's going on here, and you ultimately don't do it, and we can leave the conversation secure, it's fine.
Hmm.
It is perfectly fine.
Maybe because I'm just a girl and I'm crazy, but I can't do that.
I don't think that's a girl that could go for anybody. It's not just a you girl thing.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's more common
Because any you
for
could sit
girls to freak
across.
out over that stuff a little bit more than guys would.
I mean, you could be sitting next to a guy right now that could
Freaking bugs.
probably like your ex. You could be sitting right next to him right now, and he'd be like all this crazy shit. But no, I would. If you're giving me the respect and time to tell me these things, if you're feeling confident enough in our relationship to tell me these things and you haven't done anything yet, I will give you every bit of confidence and respect right back to make sure we figure this out. Because that's ultimate love. That's a testament to the love that you guys share.
I guess. I don't know. I think cuz it's like I said earlier, if it's the fact that you're already thinking of wanting to go cheat, then I don't think you should be in that relationship. So I
Well,
kind of stand on that and don't think past that. Like, if it's already in your head and you're questioning it, I don't think you're meant to be with that person then.
I don't think
Cuz
that
it's
necessarily. Because they're obviously, if they're thinking about like this relationship isn't enough for me, there is something you might be doing wrong or not enough of that I don't feel satisfied. You wouldn't want to take the time to try and figure out what you can do better to make sure that I don't do anything wrong. This goes back to that
I don't know.
conversation that we've had a few times now. That lack of You lack
I mean,
this
yeah,
thing.
yeah, no, I see where you're coming from, but me personally, if you came to me saying like, "Hey, this is how I've been thinking," like I'm
Given
thinking of
okay,
wanting to go cheat on you, I
okay,
don't want to be with you at that point.
okay,
But
so
I'm coming from somebody who has cheated before, and I've been in that mental state of why am I cheating?
exactly. So
Because I don't want to be in that relationship anymore. I don't want to be with that person.
given your experience, if anything, that should make you more concerned to having this conversation and giving it the time of day because you've been in scenarios where you don't even think twice.
Exactly,
Your past is going just doing it.
which is why I had said earlier that with you, it's not even there because you are my person to me. I do love you. And before it was
You know, you
so
claimed to love
easy.
the person before too.
Yeah, but it was at a different level. I knew that wasn't going to happen
And
for the rest of my life.
that's what I've always said.
But
You wasted your time.
that's why I said it was so easy to do what I did before because I know that that wasn't my person. So I didn't care what I did. That's why it's so easy to just come into my brain because
But you wouldn't
I don't care to have a conversation and be like, "Hey, this is how I've been feeling," because I don't want to be with that person.
you
That's
wouldn't
why the thought of me cheating would happen. That's why I would go and do it because I didn't care to be with that person anymore.
yeah. No, I get that, but that's the difference. You don't care to be with that person. In this scenario, I I care. It's just that I'm going through something in my head and in my heart that I'm just it's off. Something is off. And I'm that wouldn't be like a fresh of breath air to you, like, oh my god, like he didn't do it.
No, well,
Here we are having a conversation.
that's why I said it would depend how you came to me. Because if you came to me saying like, "Hey, I'm not happy in the relationship. There's something off," just in terms of like our marriage, that's something different than being like, "Hey, I'm I've been thinking about pursuing somebody else because I'm feeling off of how we are together, like intimate
Well, that
wise."
it's the same. That's the same. Well, that's what I'm saying.
I see those as two completely different things.
No, because it's both. They both stem from something that's off in this relationship. It doesn't
No,
matter how I present it.
I don't
The
see it that way.
reason remains the same. I am not happy in this relationship.
Yeah, but it's one thing to just say I'm not happy. It's another thing to say I want to go and cheat on you because there's many
Well, no,
problems that can come up with you not being happy.
yeah.
It's a different situation if you actually want to go out and cheat on me.
Well, so then if you were,
That's why I see that as two different things. It's
mm,
I don't if you were to come to me saying that you weren't happy in our marriage, that then I'd be like, obviously, yeah, I'd be hurt. But like that's more of a situation where it's like, okay, do we need to go to therapy and figure out like we gotta talk about things? It's I see that coming with multiple problems, not necessarily you wanting to pursue somebody else. Because I see that as you're just emotionally like you're checking out emotionally. You want somebody else. That's why I'm seeing it. I don't see those as the same. Because I can
I mean,
say
I
that
guess
I'm not happy in our marriage because of how you treat me.
yes, but if I go and say I'm thinking about pursuing somebody else, then it's like, okay, why? Well, I'm not feeling happy in this relationship, and I feel like they're treating me. I mean, it's the same thing. You're not treating me; they are
Yeah, it's
treating
just
me.
but it's just about the fact if cheating is coming into your brain because you can say I'm not happy with how you're treating me, fine. It's another thing to say I'm not happy with how you're treating me, so I want to go and pursue somebody else.
Yeah,
It's about that extra bit if that's coming into your brain.
I see what you're saying. I see why it is different.
Yeah, there's that extra bit
Yeah,
because that extra bit doesn't have to be there.
no, it doesn't. But
So
are
that's
we
where it
okay?
sets me off.
Are we saying like I presented to you where I'm giving you this much as in I'm not happy in our relationship and I'm omitting the cheating, or is it just I'm not happy versus I'm not happy and also I want to pursue somebody? Are we
Yes.
omitting it, or is it just the two separate things?
No, two separate
Okay.
things.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. It's definitely two different things, but I will stand by the fact that if you give me that time of day to have this conversation before, because I mean, it both comes down to the same thing, right? I'm not happy versus I'm not happy, I want to pursue somebody else. Both those things kind of lead to the same thing of this relationship may be over. But in either of these scenarios, if you give me the time of day, I still stand by the fact that that's a testament to the level of our relationship and love. Because the fact that you haven't just packed your bags up and left because you're not happy, the fact that you haven't gone and cheated and then come back and packed your bags and done whatever, the action to me is what matters most. And the action of coming to me first and trying to figure it out versus the action of just leaving and doing whatever first and then maybe having the conversation or just not at all, that to me speaks levels. Those are two way different things. Way different.
I guess.
Because there's still a chance in the scenario where you give the time of day to the other person that you're not feeling particularly happy with, there's a chance for reconciliation. And I think if you are given that chance, if you come to me or I come to you, I think you got to take that up to the best of your ability. Don't just discredit and be like, well, fuck, you're already done. You can't just cut to the chase because then you're not even giving yourselves the opportunity to come out the other side even better. Because that ultimately is what can happen. Both of those scenarios can build you up so much stronger and better than you were before. Because now you have an understanding of what's going on, what needs aren't being met, and what we can do better going forward.
I think this is just something we're gonna have to disagree on. I just don't see that side of it. For me, it's like I said, if you're truly with somebody, if you're with somebody that you're meant to be with and you love them as much as you should, then the whole cheating thing that shouldn't even be in question. And if it is, then I don't care if you bring it up to me. If it's even in question, to me, that's enough for me. I can see where you're coming from, but we also have two different views when it comes to communication. You're very much all for it, and I'm still somebody who works with me with you as much as I can, because I'm somebody who came from not being able to communicate. But for me, that little bit is just not something I can let pass.
I don't know. I feel like it's very shallow. Given your experience, you should know that there's more. You should give that a chance.
No, because I'm still standing strong on it should not be in question if you are with the person that you're meant to be with.
No, ultimately it should not be in question. But if you're sitting here right now saying, I know you're my person, I know this, I know that, you gotta show grace when the time comes for adversity. Or else, if you feel like I'm your person and you know it and blah blah blah, I can come to you with anything wrong, and you should just be able to cut me off because you're like, well, this goes against what I think.
No, because there's completely different levels to
also, I think
everything.
We should go back to the part where you cared more about the cheating versus me thinking about killing.
Oh my god,
what the fuck?
That's not the point of this podcast. Are you
serious right now?
That's not the point, because you just brought that up just to bring it up. That's not important.
Well, yeah, but like, really, babe, I have a knife in my bedside table. I've been thinking about using it at night.
Cool, I have one too.
I think you do need therapy.
I know I do. No, I'm gonna stand on what I'm saying, because that's just, you can say what you want about it. I see where you're coming from 100%. I'm not trying to argue against it. I'm just saying no.
I ooh, if that were to actually be a conversation, if I come to you thinking about these things, and then you just show me no, you just don't even give me the time of day. This would not be a conversation of you breaking up with me. It would be me breaking up with you, because I would find that ultimately hypocritical of you. Given your past, you are a hypocrite and
No,
you are
because
done.
giving my past, I know what it means. I know what it means to start thinking about wanting to go and cheat.
And you also know you know what it means to do it, because you said that you didn't really even think about it. You just did it and you found it funny.
Well, I'm not saying I found it funny,
You
but
found it
like
fun. You said that.
yeah, because I enjoyed the attention. But it's because I didn't care to be with the person I was with. Because I was checked out. I don't care to be with them. I
I
don't care to fix it.
no, I think that's ultimately hypocritical of you, because you've done it. I haven't. I'm coming to you with
Which
in a
is
moment
why
of
which is
weakness.
why I think it's so easy for you to say I can come to you and tell you and it should be okay.
Yes, because in a
That's
moment
how
of weakness,
that's
I'm coming
why
to the most important person in my life, and I'm
yeah.
counting on you to show me some love back. I'm giving you the time of day
I
to
know.
not.
I get where that's what I'm saying. I get where you're coming from, but we're also in I think you're saying what you're saying because you haven't been in that situation. You don't know the mindset of being in that situation, which is why it's easy for you to say, "Let me just come talk to you about it." And that's essentially why most people just go out and cheat, which I think it's very rare that anybody is actually coming to their partner and being like, "Hey, I thought about doing this, but I'm going to come to you first." I think that is very rare, but I think
Yes, it is very
that's
rare, but
why
I think that's why
no,
it's good.
that's why it's so common that people just go out and do it because it's easy for you to say, "Let's just talk about it," because you've never been in that situation. You've never done it. So it's easier to say,
I don't
let's
have
sit
to
down
do
and
it.
talk."
I don't have to do it, think about it, or be in that scenario to know that there's a right and wrong.
There's not well, there's I
There
see
is
your
a,
side, but I feel valid on my side.
I mean, hey, I'm not here to invalidate you or tell you you're wrong. I'm just saying there is a good way to handle things and not just shut down. Because now I'm here trying to validate you, but then in the inverse scenario, you're just canceled. Goodbye. Like, because it's crazy how you can sit there and be like, well, I love you. You're the person that I want to be with. You're my person, blah, 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 blah. And then in the first moment of this interaction that I might be coming to you, you just cancel. You just throw all that out the window. I haven't. In this scenario, I have not thrown everything out the window. I'm coming to you first before I do anything wrong, because I recognize that I love you and you are my wife. I am not going to violate our
I just
relationship.
for me, I don't think I we can talk about it all we want, but now that's constantly going to be in my head and I don't think it's something I can let go.
Okay,
So then
but
at that point it's
that's the good thing,
just
right?
no, because at that point I'm just going to start to check out throughout the relationship. Because now that's just mentally in my head and I'm constantly thinking, I'm constantly questioning you. I don't trust you at that point. So now is
Ultimately,
it
then,
even worth going through that just to possibly break up later because I'm done.
well, the only reason we break up in this scenario is because of you and your inability to trust me. I've
Exactly,
I sh-
which is why I'm saying once it gets to that
well, then
point,
that's
if
on
you
you.
feel like you can come to me, then that's why I don't think that's why I'm done at that point. Like I can't because it's not worth
It's
talking
but
about it and taking that time just for me to constantly be questioning you in my
that's a
head.
you problem. I've
I
it
know, and that's why I said I see your side, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah. I just think that's just such a
Because I'm not gonna, because I can see where it's coming from, but I'm not gonna agree with it because at the end of it, we can sit down, you can come to me, we can talk about it, but I'm not gonna trust you. I'm gonna question you every single time, and any point that you go out and do something, I'm just gonna be questioning you. What's the point of being in the relationship if that's how it's gonna be all the time?
it's only like that because you're making it like that.
Yeah,
That's
but
something
that's
for
why
you,
I'm
but that's
saying I'm not
something
gonna.
That
do
doesn't
what
mean
you
it's the
want.
end of the relationship. That's just something you would have to work out, because right now, or even towards the beginning of our relationship, you had trust issues. Not once did you check out or go do something
Well,
foolish.
yeah, because you didn't come to me saying that you wanted to go and pursue somebody else.
Okay, regardless,
That's
you
different.
had trust issues regardless.
Yeah, but that's different than you actually coming to me and basically validating my thoughts.
Yeah, except for the fact that I haven't done anything.
Exactly, which is why it's a different situation.
I don't know.
I didn't check
Uh,
out before because you didn't come to me validating me thinking about you cheating.
so
Now you're coming to me telling me that you think you want to go and cheat on me.
in my moment of ultimate weakness and all, or I guess extension of arm of being, hey, I trust you and I love you and please, like, I at this point I'm begging you. Are you like, are we kidding? Like, I'm begging you, hey, help me.
But that's what I'm saying. I can say, okay, let's talk about it, but now
Well then,
that's
but
just
then
gonna
that's
be in
something
my
on you to
head.
have to take up and work on so that we can continue this, because I come out of this conversation, okay, look, I'm restored, we're good, I need to be better. I will do everything in my power to be better and make sure that we are good going forward. If you just tank after the conversation, why even have the conversation?
Exactly.
I think that's extremely
That's why I
shallow and
said
hypocritical
I
of you.
don't agree with what you're saying because at the end of it, I'm just that's gonna be constantly in my head and it's just gonna go to shit towards the end anyways.
I don't know. I think that's extremely shallow and very, very hypocritical.
That's fine. You better hope you don't cheat on me or start questioning it.
I'm good. I made a commitment of death, or what's it called? Till death do us part.
hmm
I have no intentions, but
I'm staying on my side, and I'm not saying I'm not gonna go back and forth either. But like I'm not saying
given the amount of grace and love that I would show you in any moment of weakness that you have with me, I think it's I think that's really sad for you.
oh
That's
well.
just sad. And no, it's not, oh well, because this is what we keep talking about in these podcasts. You just lack this extra level of humility or something
And
to.
no, because I don't see it worth sitting there and talking about it just for it to go downhill later because that's just a waste of time than anything else.
It's a waste of time for you because you're making it a waste of time. Which is that's what I'm saying. It's just sad. Like
Well, because
you're not looking up.
I'm
You're
standing
just
strong
you're just
on if
keeping
it's even a
looking
question in
down.
your head, you don't need to be in the relationship.
Ultimately, and I don't know. I just think that's a really sad reality for you.
No, because I think that point is valid.
I mean, it is. It is a
So
valid
that
point.
so exactly. So standing on that, if it's even a question, then why are you in the relationship? It should not be a question if that's who you're meant to be with.
No, it shouldn't.
So
But if I don't
I feel
act on
like that's
anything,
where no, I feel like that's where it ends because it shouldn't it shouldn't be a thought. And even if there is a chance that it is, that's already enough because it already should not be a thing.
yeah, but at least
Like I can
I'm
see
not
the well this well that. Yes, I see that, but it really shouldn't be in question if that's who you're meant to be with. I see how you're
if who you're
trying
meant
to
to
see
be
the
with is who you're
positive.
meant to be with, like everything should just be perfect all the time.
Well, no, that's not
Well,
what a
yeah, if it's who you're meant
relationship
to be
is.
with, well then exactly. It's not this is real life.
But cheating is a different thing.
Well, I haven't cheated though. You haven't cheated.
I'm talking about in general terms.
I know. I'm saying
Exactly.
in the confines of this scenario, no cheating has gone on.
you can't compare other problems to cheating because other problems are completely different than cheating. You even know that. You know cheating is it's done.
Yes.
So when it comes to it, that's completely different than saying like, "Oh, we have problems communicating." No, those are different problems compared to if you go out and cheat.
I haven't cheated in this scenario.
but this shouldn't be a thought. Because like I said,
What's the point of?
it's not in question for me when I'm with you, but it was very easy for it to come in question when I was with other people because I didn't care to be with that person. I knew that's not who I was meant to be with. And you even said, you agreed that it should not be in question regardless.
No, it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. And but that's, I mean, obviously that's where we go our separate ways because there's going to be the type of people, which is, I guess, a lot of people that just go ahead and act on it. And that to me, I mean, not just to me, that is just blatantly, objectively irreversible. But if you're still at the point where you're struggling with something and you're able to get it out, especially, I mean, if I'm able to get it out to you, I come on, like this is a moment of weakness. I'm seeing you at at your lowest point in this relationship. I can't just cut you off because if I just boom cut ties, now you're just gonna spiral. Now you're just gonna send this other person into a spiral. You like you
Okay.
really got to think about that kind of stuff because now whatever happens, obviously it's on them because it's their choice, but it's also kind of on you because you played into whatever happens next.
Yeah,
And you got
but
to be able, like,
me personally,
it's hard to live with.
that's not something that I'm gonna deal with. Because, like I said, we can sit down and we can have that conversation and I can hear you out, but I'm not somebody who's gonna let that go. Because now I'm just gonna constantly question it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is on me, but that's how I see it. Those are my views.
Yeah. No, and that's fine. I mean, again, it's just like, for me, that's just sad to think about. I thought you were going to sneeze.
No,
No.
I got a cough. Well, those are just gonna be the two different views here. You can see it how you see it.
We kind of talked about that already. Because the next thing
I
is,
think we kind of already went over everything.
yeah, because,
We tied in everything for the most
yeah,
part.
the next thing was the difference in men and women cheating. Uh,
We kind of touched
I
on that.
made that clear. I honestly don't see a difference. Like, we can define the differences, sure. I mean, we pointed out women's is more emotional, probably a worse thing. Men are just idiots. Like, they don't really think, they just kind of do. And there's no excuse. But regardless, you step back, there's no excuse from either point of view. It's wrong, period. So I don't really see a difference in who cheats, to be honest. Yeah.
We already touched on that.
But
We
then, yeah,
touched on everything.
the last thing though, and we haven't really touched on, is how we move on differently.
Oh,
Are we gonna are we're gonna assume cheating, like full on cheating?
no. I was thinking more of just like in general, like breaking up. It's very.
Well, I mean, the topic today has been cheating, so it may as well.
If you want to base it off that, sure.
I would say let's do that. Excuse me. I meant to point my mouth. Excuse me.
Hello.
So if I cheat, how do you proceed?
I'm going out and living my life.
What does that mean? It's details.
I mean, it's. I don't know. I feel like it's been a standard of like. Actually, the way that I just said it is actually the opposite. But I'm pretty sure the way that it is that girls hurt first, and then they're okay, and then the guys is they're okay, but then like 6 months later they're in heartbreak. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. But
I'm
personally, I've only ever followed the opposite.
trying to remember how people say it. I think it's that
I
way
feel
that
like,
people put it on social media.
yeah, I feel like I've seen a picture or like videos of it or just people talking about
But I don't
that
know.
in
I also
general.
see conflicting posts. I
I
can't.
feel like
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like that's the social media thing. Is that girls hurt, they're in heartbreak, the guys are moving on, they're living their life,
Uh,
but then like a year later they're thinking like, "Oh no, I want her back. I screwed up." But then we're moving on. We're having a great time. I'm pretty sure that's how social media sees it.
I think I've seen the opposite. If I'm honest, a lot of times it'll be like, oh, in a cheating scenario, or I guess
I don't
we
know.
are talking about the
This
cheating
is
scenario.
this is situational.
I
Like
Yeah,
who
I
breaks
think
up
it
with
is
who
very.
cheats on who.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very, very situational.
If it was
But
a
if
mutual
it's
breakup, then that's different.
yeah, if we're talking about cheating specifically, I mean, obviously the girl is hurt. Eventually, you she posts a picture about like a year later down the road on Instagram. Oh my god, glow up, and then the guy, is probably still smelling like shit. But I think in a general, just breakup sense, I'm pretty sure how it goes is that the girls hoe around first, and then come around, and then the guys are hurt first, and then I don't know, hoe around or glow up. In a general sense, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. But cheating, obviously, I mean, it's whoever got cheated on is hurt first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is this? You go out and live life. What does that look like? What?
Well, that's pretty straightforward. I'm not gonna sit around and pout around and no, I'm just gonna go out and have fun.
What does that mean? Like hoe, have fun, or like what are you doing?
I mean, no, but like, I
Yes.
don't
What? That's what
know.
I just heard. No, but in your mind, yes.
Because before, yes, I would do that. I don't know how. I don't know.
No, honestly, I think that you would probably sent back. You'd be sent back to, your senior year of high school just through
I
PTSD alone.
I think I would honestly. If
Yeah.
we if
Oh
we were
man,
to
that's really
break up,
sad for me to think about.
we better hope nothing happens.
It just
I
that
think
to me would say that I've had literally zero effect on you for the last
no.
however
I
long we
think
last.
that's why it would set me back so hard because it would be like, well, shit, we worked so hard to this. What was even the point? Fuck it.
What a waste.
Yeah, it would be a waste.
It
But
would
like,
be.
it would. I don't know. That's how I would cope. I honestly think that that's how it would go. If we were to break up, then I'm not gonna say I'm gonna like go throw myself at the first guy that comes around, but like I'm also just not gonna care what happens. Like I'm not gonna be careful, but like I'm gonna go
Well,
out
that's
and
just
have fun.
horrible. Because now you're just gonna have like three baby daddies. You really want that for
Well,
yourself?
no, that's not what I meant.
That's
I
sad.
didn't mean not
Gross,
careful
dude.
in that way. I just meant in a way that like I'm not gonna sit here and be like a little princess and make sure that nobody touches me. No, I'm gonna go out and have fun, and if somebody approaches me, then yeah.
Gross. I'm trying to keep my head in the game that like this is a cheating scenario, not just any scenario. Because I would hope in a more regular scenario where we just don't work out, it's a little nicer on your end. Because otherwise, why are we like? What effect have I had on you ever?
If we were to break up, then I did.
In just a general sense. Because let's go to a more regular scenario. Well, we
I
just
don't know.
didn't work out.
I wanna say that I would be. See, that's the thing. Like how do you react when you break up? Like you're gonna tell me that
Fucking
people in
go
general
to
just
work,
go
get in
out.
the gym, focus on you. Like fuck, read a Bible.
I
Damn,
mean,
like
sure, I can work and I can focus on myself, but at the same time, I'm not gonna just sit at home and pout around. Like if I want to go
yes.
out and have fun and have a few drinks, I'm gonna go
Wait,
out
wait,
and have a
wait,
few
hold up.
drinks. And if
Because
somebody approaches me and we start making out, I'm not gonna stop.
whore. First of all, look,
No.
because I'm trying to think in this scenario. Because say we make it through this fourth year of our relationship.
Mm,
Now, for the past 8 years, at least, you have not been single. I would think.
I have not been single since I was in sixth grade.
Okay, what is that like? That's damn near 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You have not been single for way more than half your life. That's not way more than half your life. That's about half your life.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't take the time to be like, I just need to be me. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you that you're not thinking that?
I'm not saying I would get into a relationship.
Okay, I'm trying to say the point. Be you, be alone. That just be alone.
No,
Just
I
take a break
know.
from people in general. Like, just because
I
now, if we make it through this 4th year, you have your opportunity to go do all the work you've ever wanted to do.
yeah.
Fucking to do that. Why
I
or
would I
why?
would still do all that, but like I said,
Turn it down.
I'm not
Turn
gonna
down.
be pure either.
I
Like
don't think I want to talk about this anymore. No, because this might actually piss me off. Because why?
be,
What? How have I not had any good
I
effect on
think
you?
it's normal to go out and have a drinks, and if a guy comes
That's
up to
not
you and you guys
normal.
start talking, then it happens. It
That's only
happens.
normal in today's world, in this America that we live in, because we're a
Exactly.
fucking godless country. We are a shithole country. This is not normal. That's not normal behavior, babe.
Well,
It's just not.
I don't see anything wrong with that. It's one thing for me to just go out and do that, and like if somebody comes up to me, great. It's another thing to go back to what I was doing before.
Okay, but that's the point I'm trying to make. Even in the scenario where somebody comes up to you and you're not looking for it, cool. You're minding your own business. But if somebody comes up to you and you're just like, oh, whatever, I'm out for drinks, ha ha ha. No,
Well,
no.
I don't know how the night would go. I'm just saying like if somebody came up to me, I wouldn't be like, no, no, thank you. I would sit there, I would have the conversation, see where it goes. I'm not saying I'm gonna automatically sleep with the person. I'm just saying that like if we're having a good time and if things happen, they happen. If they don't, that's fine. I'm not gonna push it. I'm just saying like I'm not gonna say no to somebody if they come up to me and just want to have a conversation or we start being flirty or whatever. Like I'm not gonna not do that.
No, I don't know. I don't, nah.
Because before, yeah, I would probably just throw myself out there and purposely look for something. But no, in this situation, yeah, I would go do my things.
I mean, I
I
guess
would
that's
work and do
improvement.
whatever. But like on the weekend, friends want to go out and have a few drinks. Great, let's go out and have fun. Somebody approaches me, hey, how you doing? Let's talk. If it's cool and flirty, great. End the night, I go home. That's it. If nothing happens, nothing happens.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's improvement from before. But I don't know. If this is a
I think
regular
that's literally just how it is.
me,
Nobody's sitting there
I'm not engaging in shit.
and telling. I'm not saying I'm engaging in either. I'm saying if somebody were to approach me, it's pretty normal
Engage.
to it's normal to be just like, hey, how you doing? They buy you a drink, you guys talk, you're being flirty throughout the night, and it is what it is.
Hmm.
That's pretty normal. It's not a bad
Okay, so
thing
how
to
long are you waiting before you get to this point of like just
if you cheated on me.
no? I'm right now. We're in a normal breakup scenario.
Okay, I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. That's hard to tell. I'm not sure.
I would take a long while. I would just be me. I would just be me for a long, long while.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't. I couldn't tell you on my time frame.
Mm.
Full of boogers.
Well, back to the if I cheated on you. Where were you gonna go with that?
If you cheated on me,
Yeah.
no time at all.
Gee,
I would
thanks.
no, I would be hurt obviously, but it's like I said, I'm not gonna throw myself out there and purposely try to look for something. I'm just if if it happens, it happens. I can still I can still hurt and do things.
Yeah, but don't you think that's really sad and disgusting?
No,
It is.
why?
Because first of all, you're in the middle of hurting, and now you're opening your legs to other people.
No, I never said I was opening my legs right away.
Okay, you said no time, and you're just going out there, even if you're not, okay, you're not pursuing anything, sure. but you would
I'm
waste
not
no
saying
time at all.
I'm going out every single night trying to look for something. I'm
No,
just
not every
saying,
night. I'm
okay, we break up, cool. Friends say, "Hey, let's go out tonight." Okay, let's go out. I'm gonna have fun. If somebody comes over, I'm not
in
gonna
this
be like, no,
scenario.
no, thank you.
I feel like you should be like that, being freshly cheated on and out of a marriage. Like that just you should have a lot of boundaries at this point, trying to protect yourself.
I don't know. Like, I honestly couldn't tell you how I would be in that situation, because obviously I've grown out of a lot from my past, but and it's hard to tell where I would be if that did happen, because I'm not in the situation of where I have to like now use what I've learned, if that makes sense. Like, I can tell you, like, yes, I can take the time for myself because I've grown in a lot of things, but at the same time, because I've never been in a situation where like now I'm put in a position of where I have the opportunity to be the way that I used to be. It's hard to say where I would be at.
Well, I would
Because
hope.
I'd want to say that yes, I can be this new person that I've built and have taken the time on to be. But because I haven't been in that position, I don't know if my head would go back
Well, like I said,
automatically.
to start, I think just out of like PTSD alone, you'd probably go back, especially if I cheated on you. But
If you cheated on me, I probably would go back. I'm not saying that I'd want to, but I think just out of what my past was, and now you're cheating on me, yeah, that would really set me back.
yeah,
Because
I mean that's
that would
perfectly
set me
valid.
back
It's
more
just
in a
sad.
way that now I'm hurt, and now I'm that's why I'm
Oh
being
yeah,
set
that's just
back to it.
ultimate hurt, especially from a me.
Exactly.
That's just ultimate
So
hurt. I mean, I understand. It's just I keep saying it's sad, not because like, oh, that's sad. You're a terrible person. I'm saying that's sad because that's just like that hurts me to think about what what I did.
well, thankfully this is a hypothetical.
No, but like I'm actually kind of like 25% living it, and I'm in pain.
It's okay as long as you don't cheat on me.
And I don't plan on it.
Okay, then we're fine.
Yeah, but that sucks. That sucks because you know how much effort I've put in to just like lead you. I've
But that's why it would set me back so much
I
if you
know,
did
I
cheat on
know,
me.
I
Cause
know,
it's like you helped
I
me
know.
be this person,
I
and you
think I
shit
would
on me
put
so much to be this person.
I'd probably hurt more than you would, honestly. I would take on your burden as well as everything that I feel within myself.
Well, good. You would deserve it.
Well, no, I definitely do. It's just like fuck, fuck, ow. I don't know how else to describe that. That shit hurts my soul.
Yep.
Um, let's switch around here. If you cheated on me,
We already know how that goes.
I mean, I don't know.
You'd
Sometimes it's
say
hard to
fuck you and do
tell.
your thing. I don't know. I feel like you say that you would just take time on yourself, but I don't think you would.
No, I know that's for sure. The thing that's in question for me is how I would react initially. That's the big question for me.
You're pretty unpredictable when it comes to things like that.
I know that's what scares me the most because I know after the fact, no matter what reaction I have when you tell me or I find out, I know after the fact I'm good. Like I'm doing me. I don't care. I'm doing me. You might question, oh well, he might just go out and be a whore himself because like I've never done that, so why not explore it? Like I get your train of thought in that. Maybe
Yeah, I know. That's all you. I know you would do that.
I would not. I know that for certain. I will die
Hmm.
on a hill.
I don't know about that.
I would
Because now
absolutely.
you get to go have fun and experience
I
it, and you never have.
don't want to. I shit on that kind of behavior every single day of my life. Why would I then turn around and do that the first chance I get? That is horrible. That is
Because now
hypocritical.
you're
That is
able to,
horrible.
and you just got cheated on, so that's a different kind of
I
heartbreak.
don't care. You think the cheating is a loss on me? If you cheat on me, if you think
Well, no, I think you would just take that and go have fun.
no, 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 no. I would be like, you're lost. I'm good. I will move on with my life. And by the way, I'm keeping Sky in this scenario of you cheating on me. So I'm really good.
Absolutely not.
You cheated on me. You get nothing. And also, I'm keeping the car. You could walk
Screw
away.
you. That's my car. I put my life savings into
I'm
that.
the primary owner, technically. Legally,
That
I'm the
paid
primary
for.
owner.
I put all of my money into that.
Yeah, but you cheated, so it's all out the window.
I'm getting a lawyer.
A lawyer won't be able to help you. I'm the primary owner, and I pay for it every month right now. So you're done. You're done. You're just getting sent back home.
See, this is what I mean, guys. He's such an ass when you piss him off. He has no feeling in his bone when you piss him off.
Well, because when you do evil, you don't get much from me. Especially
exactly.
cheating.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you're somebody who has so much feeling, but at the same time you don't.
No. My reaction would be because I have so much feeling. I have so much anger.
Yeah, but the way that you express yourself, or the way that you handle it in that way, is such an asshole
in a
way.
scenario like this where you're cheating on me, I'm going to make it firm but swift. I'm going to be pissed, but I will make this quick and easy for the both of us, so we don't have to suffer any longer than we have to. Because are we really going to be around the house yelling and screaming at each other, trying to figure out where to go from? No, you cheated. Get the fuck out. What? Like, we're done. It's over. What are we talking about?
Yeah, he's an ass, guys.
I'm sorry.
Don't ever piss him off, because
in this scenario, you cheated, so I don't think I'm gonna ask for anything. I'm excused.
No, because it's not even just with that. It's just in general. If you're just mad, if you're genuinely mad, you are such an ass.
When you do wrong, I'm sorry. There's going to be consequences.
Yeah, but there's like no compassion to you at all. Like in the slightest. Like you are such. It's so hard to explain, and God, we can say a name after, but like there's somebody who you are like, and it's just it's so bad.
I'm sorry. That's the thing, though, right? I know how I would be after the fact. Like, I'm not going out. I'm not going out clubbing. I'm not going out to be a whore, because I stand so firmly against that. I think that that's the exact problem with the world, aka, or not aka, mostly America. America, we are horrible with this kind of stuff. Literally, like, what is wrong with America? Just a bunch of fornicators and idiots everywhere. I stand so strong against that kind of shit. I would never. What scares me the most is how I'm going to react, because this could go two ways. I'm either going to blow the fuck up.
I think you would.
I will blow the roof off of this goddamn house.
I think you would.
Or
I think you would try to fucking kill me, actually.
No, I would not try to kill you.
I think you would. No. You would turn crazy. I'm pretty positive you would.
Yeah. I don't know. It's unpredictable. I'm not going to kill you, but it's definitely unpredictable. No. My level of anger.
That's what I'm saying. I definitely don't think you'd be the calm person and just be like, okay, and walk away.
Well, that's the thing, right? I personally hate drama. I saw a lot of that blowing up the roof off the house growing up for my parents. Not to drama. What's it called? Trauma dump. what do people say these days? Not to trauma dump, but I saw a lot of that growing up. Okay, I don't like that. I don't want it. I don't want to do it. It's just,
I think the hurt
when
would get to you,
when it comes to that moment, I genuinely don't know. I know it's going to go two ways, because I can either be very calm about it and be like, okay, I'm going to need you to pack your bags and get out like tonight. Maybe I can drive you to the airport tonight. Like, I will make it quick. Like, you will be gone that same night. It's not a question. You can go stay at somebody's house tonight if you want. You just won't be in this house tonight. You might not even be in the country tonight. I'll either be very calm and reserved about it and just make it quick, or I'm going to blow the roof off the house. But I think regardless, you might be gone tonight. Because for me, because again,
I don't think you would react calm. I think you would really blow up on me.
maybe. And are we gonna sit here and say it's unwarranted? I mean, you cheated
I
on
mean,
me.
no, I'm just saying that, like,
I mean,
knowing how you
and we know
are
how
such
you
a
are.
calm person.
You would give me. You might actually kill me, like literally.
I would probably plan it, yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're
Oh
on
no,
two different
I
levels
would
here.
go the whole 9 yards. Yeah, I'm going to your fucking commander and everything.
Oh, you're gonna be one of those people that gets. Yeah, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, that's a smart thing to do. Except it's, I mean, it's a smart
No,
thing to do.
screw you.
No, it's a smart thing to
Screw
do.
you.
Okay, so right, you're going to shit on me. Oh, he's so heartless and whatever. But
No,
you're
I
gonna go to
know,
my
but
commander's doorstep.
yes, but that's how I am. You know that's how I am. You are naturally a very calm person who does not care for drama. But because of that, I'm pretty confident that if I were to cheat on you, you would react the complete opposite way and go berserk. And that's why it's scary and crazy, because you are not that kind of person, but I think you will turn into that person because of how much heartache you'd be in.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of, I'm torn. But right now, I think I'm having a change of heart in life in general right now. That I feel maybe like 51-49 towards me being calm about it. The change of heart that I'm going through at the moment tells me that I would just, okay, like I'm not gonna say it's okay. Like at first my words will probably be like, okay, it's okay. I won't be telling you it's okay. I'll be telling me it's okay. I'm going to be calming myself down, and I'm just gonna be like, get a luggage. You are not like we're leaving right now, and we're gonna be. That's it. We're gonna be quiet the whole car ride to wherever it is I'm taking you.
You wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to talk. Well,
What is there to
because
talk about?
now,
What is there to talk about? You cheated.
yeah, but you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to know.
No, I would not want to know. Why do I? I don't need to know the gory details of how you cheated on me.
I wouldn't. No, I'm not saying that. You wouldn't want to. You wouldn't question, like, when did this start? Like, when did you start feeling a certain way? Like, how did this all happen? How did it even get to this point? Like,
I
you wouldn't
might,
want to know all of that.
I might just not at that first initial moment. Because again, this can go two ways. I can either blow up, and I'm not even. If I blow up, I'm not giving you a chance to speak. I'm gonna probably push you around while making you pack your bags, and we're leaving. If I'm calm about it, I'm just going to be quiet, maybe even help you pack your bags, and we're leaving. I will ask about the details afterwards when you were out of my sight. Because I think hearing it face to face, as much as I'm the kind of person to want to hear that kind of stuff face to face, the heartache and the pain that I'd be going through, that might set me off even more in a way wrong direction. If I'm calm at first and I hear the details, I might then blow up. If I'm blowing up already and I hear the details, I don't know. I don't know at that point what happens. I don't know. Like, yes, I would. Well, I at some point I would want to know. I would want to know all the details, all of that. I want to know because that's just who I am. But I don't think there's it's not the time nor the place at the moment that you're telling me. The first course of action is get out of my house.
Mm.
That's it. Yeah, no. Right now, I feel like it's 51-49 that I'd be calm. But regardless, in either scenario, you are not in this house tonight. You're grabbing your toothbrush, hairbrush, face wash, packing some PJs, say goodbye to Sky, and, maybe have a change of clothes for tomorrow morning when you're definitely on a plane out of here.
Mm.
I'm not waiting around. And again, since you decided to ruin this relationship and marriage in this scenario, and look, you can get a lawyer, but you're not getting that fucking car. Like, it does not work that way right now. Yes,
Screw
maybe you
you.
put the $8,000 down payment on it. Maybe you paid for it for the first, what was it, a year and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I'm paying for it. Also, right now, in this scenario, you don't have an income. Right now, I'm the primary owner. Like, so many things are working against you that this does. Maybe your lawyer could play the angle of, oh my God, like, she doesn't even have anything. Just give her something. Like, she's a poor person. Somebody help my client. Sorry. No. I might give you like visitation rights to Sky maybe like once a year, but or like every 6 months. I don't know. Like, we try to work something out from a way distance. But no, you're not getting the car. I need to get to work, okay?
Buy a bike. Buy a Vespa.
No, I'm not buying a Vespa, babe. I don't care how many times you joke about that. I'm not buying a Vespa.
Buy those one single seat cars.
Those are funny. But no, I'm not getting it.
Well,
Actually, those have 2 seats. It's like,
who's fitting in that car?
I always see it. There's the same little blue one, the newer looking one. There's the older guy in the back and then an older lady in the back seat. There's no trunk. It's literally just the 2 seats. It's hilarious. But yeah, no.
Anyways.
Hopefully, guys, we never have to figure out what happens for me. Because, Lord, if that day comes, I pray for you. I pray for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
We're gonna finish this off before one of us sleeps on the couch tonight.
No, we're not heading in that direction at all. It's just like, I don't know. That's an interesting thing to think about for me specifically. Like, how am I going to react?
Well, hopefully,
right now I vote.
To react.
Right now I vote. I'd be calm. But let's hope I don't have to figure out. Yeah, let's go ahead with these ending questions. Ending questions. Do. I think that's the song. I figured it out. That's the one.
Okay.
This is completely changing the topic, like the full other side. How did you feel during our first kiss?
Because I picked these questions before I decided what today's topic was going to be about, so they might be a little off subject. So to lighten up the mood a bit,
yeah, to lighten up the mood,
bring the spark back.
Yeah, let's bring the romance back. How'd you feel about our first kiss, or during our first kiss?
Yeah, same. Yeah.
No, during and about is different.
Is it?
Yes. How did you feel during the kiss versus how did you feel about it after?
I guess. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the first kiss, the one on the hood.
Yeah, the one where I picked you up and put you on the hood.
Yeah. I don't think I had thoughts during that, honestly.
Well, gee. See, guys, this is what I'm talking about. All right, she never has felt the same way that I feel about things. I don't know if our relationship is as good as we think it is.
Shut up. No, I'm just like, I don't know. You're just such a heartfelt person, but also not at the same time.
I am. I just have a lot of emotions.
Yeah,
it just depends how they come out.
Yeah. No, in the moment, guys, he literally picked me up and threw me on the hood of his car. And I was caught by surprise. That's why, like, I was just like in the moment because it happened so quick. And I wasn't really like, I was expecting it, but not in the way that you did it. I was expecting just like a casual kiss, but no, you grabbed me and threw me on the hood.
Yeah. So you didn't feel anything or nothing? You just
Well, of course I felt something because
that's the question. How did you feel during our kiss?
I mean, you feel the regular feeling. You got like butterflies because obviously the tension was there for so long before.
Yeah, the tension at that point had been building up for like
forever,
a year and a half.
Yeah, so at that point it was like just rip each other's clothes off, but now we just made out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, butterflies were there for sure. It was more of a like, oh, finally happened. But then it just kind of, it was hard not to not think about after. It's like when now you're just questioning, well, because of our situation. If you guys know and you guys have heard it all, we didn't get together after that, obviously, for quite some time. So it was more of like right after it happened, like, okay, no, do we keep doing this? Like, what is happening?
Yeah. Mm,
But in the moment, it was all funny feelings.
as much as I had been, I mean, because obviously, like, I had been pursuing you for a year and a half at this point. I, of course, wanted it. I was happy, but I was overwhelmingly, like, even during the kiss, guilty. Felt amazing, but it also felt horrible because now I'm partaking in cheating. Now, yes, your relationship was more than way over. You were. This is almost a full year before we actually started dating, and you were way gone out of the relationship even then.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It didn't. Because I made it clear. Okay, I don't like cheating, and especially if I'm taking a role in it, whether I'm directly involved or a third party. Like, dude, I felt guilty. I felt horrible about the whole thing, honestly. Now, I don't know if I've expressed that before. I definitely didn't express it at the time. Like at the time, like, oh my god, finally, yay. And also, not just that, but my intention was never for that to happen. My intention was to keep things pure, as in like none of that, physical intimacy. My intention was to keep things just strictly to our connection
Mm-hmm.
and to keep it that way until we officially got together. So while I was happy in the moment, I was also guilty for taking part in a, love triangle thing. And also I failed at my goal. So yeah. And also the whole like throwing you on the hood thing. That is so not me at all.
No, at least not in that moment.
That's never been me, even before, during, or after that moment. I am a very like I'm very I guess you'd call vanilla when it comes to love. But
Yeah,
it's
he's not
because
really freaky like that.
I mean, obviously we can all tell I'm very emotional. Like I take love and all of that very, very seriously. So even the simplest of kisses, even the simplest of hugs. I mean, I talk so highly about the hugs that we shared at 12 years old. This is, we had a crush, and like I felt that stuff a lot deeper than she did. Obviously, every time we talk about it, it's very clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I take love and all things surrounding love very seriously, but I'm very vanilla about it. I'm not gonna like try 800 different positions in like the minute and 30 seconds that I have. I'm not. I'm just not doing it. In love making moments. I'm focused on making love. I'm expressing my love to you. So no matter how long I last, whether it's 10 seconds or a minute, I'm making sure in this time that we have that you know that I love you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really with the freaky shit. You know,
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this before that, she likes those movies, the
50 Shades of
50
Grey.
Shades of Grey, the 365 series as well. Like, she likes that kind of weird shit. And whenever she watches those movies and I have to sit through it, I'm very uncomfortable. Because, first of all, I hate porn. This shit makes me weird. And especially in a movie where they're not really showing you what's happening, but like they're really prolonging the teasing of it. And then when they show you like dude butts and stuff, like, ugh, my god, no. Yeah, no, I was guilty. I failed at my goal, but I guess it was cool. I was happy about it, but nah, shit was whack. And then you asked the question, oh, are we gonna keep doing this? Because that's kind of what the predicament we were in, right? Are we going to keep doing this? What are we now? What's going on? Well, spoiler alert, we kept doing it. And at this one point in time, this one night, we didn't actually we didn't like fully do it, but like we did more than just kiss. So yeah, we did keep going, and I just failed miserably. Like at that point, we were just I don't know. The tension had been building. So now that we did this one thing, all the lusting just was really flowing towards each other.
Mm-hmm.
The lust was just really coming out. Not proud of it at all. I don't like it. But like, here we are. Yay. Moving on.
Jeez, you sound so happy about it.
No, I was happy. I mean, this is the girl that I've been chasing. How old? 17, right? That was before. Yeah, I think I was 17. You were
Well,
slightly
16 if you were 17. Barely.
Yeah, you were like just barely 16. Yeah, no, I mean, I've been chasing this girl for like 5 years up to this point. Like, of course I was happy. Oh my God. Like, why do you think I appeased to her freakiness, the picking her up and putting her on the hood? Like, I was really putting the show on. I really was, because I wanted this and I was trying to make her feel that. But, dude, I was also like, especially after the fact, I was like, fuck. Like, I had a goal and I failed. But, like, I kissed her. Like, yeah, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, this angry or makeup sex. I've only had one, so I'm gonna go with makeup sex. There's never.
What makeup sex?
We've had lots of makeup sex.
Oh, you mean like after arguments type sex? Or
Makeup sex. That's what it is. That's the definition. Yes.
oh,
Like after things go wrong, and now we're just uniting as one, physically.
I guess. So which one's better?
Huh?
Which one's better?
I've
Angry or
never
makeup?
experienced angry sex because we've never had sex while angry. Why would I have sex with you if I'm angry at you? And you, vice versa. Like vice. Why?
Because that's what brings a
Well,
spark
we've
back.
never done that.
Oh, I thought we did.
We've never done that.
Well then I guess makeup sex it is.
Yeah. No. I don't even. Why? Who does that? Why? Angry sex?
Because it brings it back. Then you're not angry anymore.
No, because I don't understand that. If we're in the middle of something, where in the middle of do we just rip each other's clothes off and now it's happening? Like, what? That's weird.
I couldn't explain it to you. It just happens. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, makeup. What helps you feel attractive? Ask you.
I wrote the question. You answer.
What helps me feel attractive? Well, what do you like? Just generally, or what are we talking about?
Yeah. What
Oh,
makes you feel good about yourself?
um, nothing. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I think the camera's dying. I see the red flashing.
It is.
Oh
Well,
my
we've
God.
been recording for
What
quite
makes me
some
feel
time.
attractive? My personality. I think I have a good personality.
Oh.
And I think my values hold up well. Okay, next. You. What helps with you attractive?
I don't know. When you compliment me.
What?
I don't know. I'm scared. Next.
In what ways do you feel you've grown from or during our relationship?
When it comes to communication.
That is a good one. I think fucking just anything relationship related, to be honest, because I've never been in a relationship before this. So
That's
I've had a
true.
lot of learning. And yeah, I've learned about everything, to be honest. Especially when it comes to leading your partner. Because I had to lead her through a lot of her out of her toxicity stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is my first relationship. I've learned a lot, obviously. Okay, guys, well, that's gonna do it for this one. If you
As our
haven't,
cameras die, we
yeah,
gotta speed
if you
around.
haven't, fucking subscribe. If it's Spotify, do the 5 stars thing. Do the yeah. Please hit the like button. We will see you guys on Tuesday for a vlog.
Yep.
And turn on your post notifications so you see when we upload that vlog. And yeah, goodbye.
Yeah.
Have a
Bye.
have a nice life.